Oh, hey guys. Uh-oh. There we go. Yes, sir. So this video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Any and everything I say could be wrong. Do your own research and come to your own conclusions. For fun, let's look at some of this video. This is curious to me. Let's check it out. Let's go here, we'll go here, and we'll go here.
This is your sign. Put witchcraft on him. He's not calling you? Put witchcraft on him.
It's a love spell that works immediately. And it's so powerful, and it's like so overlooked, and it's not even that hard.
Yeah. All right. So let's just stop here for a moment. Yeah. So, wait. The title of this video. What is it? Well, it's like basically talking about how it's a growing trend that all these younger females are dabbling in witchcraft because it's super popular on TikTok and Facebook and all these things. This is true. And I experienced it firsthand. Yeah. So the name of this channel is the storyboard, storytime whatever. And but I used this to kind of storyboard this crazy thing that happened to me 3 years ago, and it involves witchcraft and stuff, where my psycho ex had been involved in witchcraft, and I didn't know. I didn't know. And I kind of want to do another section of the storyboard. So I have like 5 sections of the storyboard. I have the pre-event, everything that led up to the event. That's one section. Then the event itself. And I just go over everything that happened in the event. And then the post-event, like everything that came after, like the aftermath of all the damage, right? And so that's the event. The pre-event, the post-event, or the pre-event, the event, and the post-event is all like one big thing. And then because I'm narrating it and I'm just drawing from memory, then there were things that I forgot. And so I have a section called gap fillers or something, where I have to, things that I remember, I have to go back and fill in. So I have a section of gap fillers. And then I have a section that's titled shadows, something about shadows, which I think the witchcraft thing could go into into that category. But I really would like to do a section of the storyboard where I just talk about the witchcraft element. And so I'm just going to kind of kick back here and just kind of go into that just for fun. Turn on my smoker's fan. So this was a really weird part of the whole event. And this so this started at the pre-event, and then you know, the event was like the what resulted from all this witchcraft shit. And then the post-event is like the lingering after effects, you know, in the wake of all the damage. So, okay, so I've been around people that have pentagram tattoos and stuff, and I never really cared. It's like, whatever. I've been in bands with people who have pentagram tattoos, and their house is like got all this crazy shit. You go in their house, it's like a Halloween store in their house or something, you know, and I never thought much of it. It's like, who cares, you know, whatever. And then I've also gotten to know people over the years that are into stuff like Wicca, because, you know, they're pursuing some form of spirituality, and Wicca seems to be something that speaks to them. And I never thought much about that either. It's like, oh, whatever, you know, why do I care? Who cares, you know, Wicca, whatever. And I've done some research on Wicca, and Wicca seems harmless. And I'm not saying that it is harmless. I'm not saying that it's not harmless. I'm just saying, like, the research that I've done on Wicca is fairly benign. benign. For example, like one of the root principles of Wicca is the rule of three, which says, do no harm and blessed be. That's the rule of three, is do no harm and blessed be. Which basically is self-explanatory. Like, if you don't do any harm to others, then no harm will come to you. Which is, and that's kind of aligns almost with the Bible. And that aligns with a lot of religions and spiritual philosophies, is if I'm not doing harm to others, then that's like gonna protect me, that, like, for example, Eastern philosophy talks about karma, and that's what karma is. Karma is, if I fuck somebody over, karma is, it'll come back on me and I'll get fucked over. Whereas dharma is, if I do good things for others, then that will come back to me and I will have good things done unto me. That's dharma. Karma is, if I do bad things to people, then bad things are going to happen to me. See, this is all of this stuff has been around for centuries. These philosophies of karma, dharma, the rule of three, do no harm and blessed be, the Bible says, do unto others as you'd have done to you. This is all like universal shit that's been around forever, right? And so when I looked into Wicca, but see, there's a difference between Wicca and witchcraft. And like I remember one time not too long ago, in the last handful of months, I was watching some videos and this guy, that's his channel, right? And he used to be into Wicca. And then, but he's explaining how his spiritual philosophy has changed to where he doesn't believe in the rule of three anymore. He doesn't believe in that anymore. He's more into chaos magic now and stuff like this, right? And so his new belief system is that it's okay to fuck people over because that's part of chaos magic and stuff. And so, anyways, I've never really been around. I've been around Wiccans who believe in the rule of three and stuff like that, and I've always found that to be benign. And it's like, well, good for you. If that works for you, fine. Everybody's on their own path. But like people who are into like Satanism and shit, like I'm not into that. Where it's like, let's fuck people over and stuff. Like that's weird shit. Like that's perversion and that's disgusting. Those people make me sick. That's the problem with the world. All these people like this that believe this stupid shit. So anyways, so going back to the storyboard and kind of getting into witchcraft. So when I met this gal, she was with she was still with the guy that she was with, and she'd been with him for 7 years. And they were like self-proclaimed into chaos magic, right? Well, he was. She was more like whatever, but when she would talk about her beliefs, like she was into angel numbers and stuff like this, and tarot. And then he was like making fun of her and explaining how, angel numbers are stupid and how tarot is stupid, and where it's really at is, chaos magic. And so they were kind of not, but they were both into similar stuff, right? You see what I'm saying? And and I'm not into this woo-woo shit. I'm into more like practical stuff, I'm not so much into the woo-woo shit. Because because it doesn't work for me. It's not, I don't like it. I don't like it, and as long as it's not harmful to others, I guess do whatever you want. But if you're harming other people, then stay the fuck away from me. Like you're a weirdo. You got some problems. And so anyways, so when I first met this chick, you know, she's into some woo-woo stuff, but it's like, I don't care. Like, whatever. Who fucking cares? But that was before me and her got together. So then all this crazy stuff happened, which kind of brought us together. And there was like, you know, there were things going on that kind of like, how do I say this? Like, we came together serendipitously, you know. And when something happens serendipitously, it's kind of like where it's meant to be. It's like destiny. So the way we came together was like a form of serendipitous destiny, where it was like, whoa, we really, you know, this really looks like we're meant to be together for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, I can see that because, you know, you see like the way shit goes down, and it's like, whoa, there's something real going on between me and this chick. And so that's how we kind of got together. And, you know, that's a whole long story in and of itself, but you know, so whatever, you know. And see, but the thing though is she didn't really understand it. So she didn't really know that we were meant to be together. Where, you know, I mean, because for all these different reasons, like she, whatever the case, like, but I could see like, wow, this is weird, because I can see how this is not fate. Like, this is destiny, you know. This is weird. There's something about me and her being together that was meant to be. And I'm not saying I know what it was, but and to this day I can say yeah, because what I experienced 3 years ago with the event, with the fire and fucking all this crazy stuff, it was a massive learning experience, and it was like, it was incredible. It was so incredible what happened, you know? Like, I keep saying a blockbuster movie could be made out of what happened. Like, it is so crazy, right? And, you know, and so in that sense, I am lucky, because I got to see stuff that most people will never see in their entire life. Like, the incredible byways and segues, like just the incredible, you know, it's like, what the fuck, like shit you would only see in a sci-fi movie, I'm seeing in real life. So, you know, in that sense it was, and so, you know, but anyways, going back to the witchcraft stuff. So yeah, she already had a history of witchcraft, but she was never really spoke openly about it, because of secrecy and all this stuff. And then later when we were together, you know, I found that she had a big Necronomicon tattoo the size of a small dinner plate on her back. But like I said, you know, I've been in bands with people who have pentagram tattoos and this and that, and I never really thought anything of it. So when I saw that she had this Necronomicon tattoo, which is funny too, because she doesn't seem like the type of person who even knows what the Necronomicon is. And I really don't think she does, you know. Like, the Necronomicon is a book written by, what's his name? Oh shit, the Necronomicon is a book written by H.P. Lovecraft. And, but there's all this, you know, mystery surrounding the Necronomicon book, because part of the rumor of the Necronomicon book is that it's a real thing. Like, it's the real satanic Bible, and it's basically the illusion is that it's just some fiction. You see what I'm saying? Like, the book was released as fiction to hide the truth, that it really is the satanic Bible and stuff. And so there's always been mysticism surrounding the Necronomicon. And that's why the symbol of Necronomicon has become such a... it's like a one of the known symbols in Satanism and stuff. It's a renowned symbol of Satanism. You know, the symbol of the Necronomicon. So there's all this weird stuff regarding the Necronomicon, the book of Necronomicon, and the symbolism of it. It's nobody really knows for sure, because it's like urban legend and folklore and stuff surrounding the Necronomicon. So like, and I honestly, to this day don't think that she even knows what that symbol represents at all. But I do think that she got it because she's trying to tap into the power of Satanism, whether it's through peer pressure or whatever. So she has this random Necronomicon tattoo, which is kind of goofy. It's like, what? But then she has all the... Anyways, so there's always been this kind of thing with her, with witchcraft and stuff, but I never really thought too much of it, because it's like, whatever. It's a dime a dozen. People have pentagram tattoos because it's cool, you know. They don't even really know what they're doing, you know. And she's stereotypical of that type of person. She's like the stereotypical, I'm just going to get this tattoo because it looks cool, even though I don't even know what the Necronomicon is or anything, right? And so, but then again, she's dabbled in tarot. She's like really into tarot and stuff when I first met her and all this kind of stuff. But I never thought, she just seems like a shopping mall witch, you know, who goes to, you know, the shopping mall to get her you know, spell books from the shopping mall. Like, she doesn't even know. It's just a fad. It has nothing to do with real shit, right? So anyway, so me and her being together, you know, she suffered a lot of abuse, real abuse, you know, and that I witnessed personally. And it's obvious, like, this chick has been abused by her psycho boyfriend and this and that. Like, it's like really bad, like really serious, like mental abuse and all kinds. Like, she's very damaged from all this shit. And so I was kind of gently trying to encourage her to maybe get some help, because of the trauma induced by all this abuse she's experienced. But there is really no help, you know. You know, psychiatrists, that shit costs money. All this stuff costs money, and there is nothing like that out in the middle in a ghost town out in the middle of nowhere. And so I just kind of encouraged her to maybe look into some different forms of spirituality. You know, like whatever. It doesn't matter what it is. It, you know, as long as it speaks to her and it's not harmful to others or herself, it might be worth looking into spirituality. And I did have a book on Wicca, and so I was just thought maybe because she's into this tarot and numerology and shit like this, that she might be interested in, you know, looking into Wicca and just kind of start looking into it and see if it's something she's interested in, and Buddhism or whatever, anything like that, you know, to kind of help her through the trauma and stuff, you know. And so I just kind of mentioned it a little bit, and I happen to have some books, and so I just say, if you want to check them out, here's some books or whatever. If you want, whatever, do whatever you want. I don't know, but you know, it might be worth looking into, because a lot of people get relief from these things through spiritual practices and stuff. And so here I've got whatever. If you want to check out the shit that I got, you know, whatever. And so she started, you know, looking into that Wiccan book. But like I said, I already read through it. It's all based in the rule of three, which is do no harm and blessed be. So anyways, and then she started getting hooked. She started getting involved with different stuff on Facebook, which I've always liked Facebook, but like getting involved with these little spiritual groups on Facebook. she started getting involved in this New Age shit and Wiccan stuff, and then it's like I didn't know at the time because it's her personal thing. That's her personal journey. I'm not going to invade in her personal space. That's her deal. But so unbeknownst to me, she went from Wicca and this and Gnosticism into like, witchcraft and weird shit, right? Unbeknownst to me. And she's like hanging out on Facebook all the time and paying these people, these stupid witchcraft gurus and stuff. And I mean, and again, at the time I didn't really know. And so then when the event happened is when the veil was lifted and I found all this out. So, and it started off like when I went into our place, she had Wiccan brooms, witch brooms. It was no longer Wicca. This was witchcraft. She had witch brooms, small witch brooms hanging on the ceiling. Like it was obvious. She wanted me to know she was casting spells and it's like, what the fuck is going on, right? And all these people she'd been hanging out with that I didn't know at all. That's when I found out, like, they're self-proclaimed witches, not Wiccans, witches, and all this shit. And and I found the BDSM bondage straps under the bed and the leather whip and all this shit. I had never seen it before. And so going back to this video, this video here is, talking about witches, where this is a trend on TikTok and Facebook, where these chicks are getting involved in witchcraft in order to cast love spells on men and shit. And I'm telling you, this is real, dude. This is real.
If you want him to be obsessed with you, I'm talking cannot eat, cannot breathe, cannot sleep without thinking about you. You will literally be entering his dreams, okay? I'm going to show you how to do this. But be warned.
Strip away their pride with this potent ritual. On the sole of your left foot, you'll write the name of the person who is
okay.
acting lofty and challenged.
So, this is real shit, dude.
Is a demon. It may be a spirit of lust that creates an intense, unnatural physical attraction. It might be a spirit of control, a Jezebel spirit that seeks to dominate and subdue the man until...
Okay, so anyways, this is a massive rabbit hole. This is a massive component of the storyboard that, and it's super deep. For example, like this video that I'm referencing, it's 22 minutes long or something. Like a bunch of that stuff that it talks about is real shit that happened to me. And like this stuff is real. It really is. And I've done videos on this current channel talking about it. And that these younger generations, like millennials and Zoomers, this is becoming like TikTok trendy. Shopping mall witches can get your witchcraft spells off of TikTok. This, Temu. It's like, and this shit is real. Like, and these women are total psychos. And all this witchcraft shit does is expand their psychosis. And they're just totally whack jobs. Total fucking whack jobs. And they're evil. They're evil. These chicks are pure evil. And they're very proud of it. And so all this is real, right? And they're so psycho that they will burn your shit down. They will get involved in sacrificing animals. This is how desperate these people are for fame and fortune and stuff. They'll start cutting up animals and they'll kill people. And all just for fame and fortune, and so that to sell out, and they're just a bunch of disgusting pigs. It's completely disgusting, and they'll do any and everything for they'll sell their soul to Satan for just so they can have 15 minutes of fame, or so. It's so desperate and pathetic what these people, and of course men do it too, but the female thing is it's real. And that was a big part of the whole thing. That's what caused the whole thing to happen to me with my place burning down, and like the chick was like, by all appearances, was totally demon possessed. And it was drug induced and everything. I'm talking black eyes, everything. Like, it was total insanity. And it just happened out of the blue. Like all of a sudden, just drop of a hat, like just complete transformation overnight into this complete psycho, black-eyed fucking, black-hearted, black-eyed, sadistic fucking sadomasochist, demon-possessed fucking Jezebel. Just overnight transformation. And it was unbelievable. It was like, and the amount of damage it left on all levels was just beyond belief. And it was all about this TikTok witchcraft shit. That's what it is all about. It's totally real. So anyways, yeah, so I don't know. It's. I would like to really do a deep dive into that and how it relates to what happened to me. But I don't know if I'm gonna. It's kind of like whatever. After a while, it's just like whatever. It's kind of like seeing a UFO. Once you've seen a UFO, it's like, yeah, whatever. I've seen UFOs. Who cares? Nobody cares. Do you think anybody cares that I saw a UFO? No. They only care if Richie from Boston saw a UFO. Now, if Richie from Boston saw a UFO, boy, everybody starts sending your money to his GoFundMe because Richie from Boston saw a UFO. But, if it's just some Joe Blow like me or you, who cares that we saw a UFO, right? So, after a while, it's like, whatever. You see the craziest shit, but nobody cares because everybody's fixated on Richie from Boston's asshole all day. So, whatever, right?